what's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. So here I have the Star Wars The Black Series Reva the Third Sister Force FX Elite lightsaber. Failed. To nobody's surprise now at this stage. Now this goes to show that fans weren't up for this item. The Star Wars team have nowhere to go when it comes to excuses with relation to this item. They can't blame the price. They can't blame people not being interested in this item, because here's the thing, G.I. Joe has just smoked this item, and that item is $200 less than this one. So in my opinion, you could have done a ship, perhaps Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, a Jedi Starfighter, Republic gunship I think would be a very good one. And these were all choices that were far better, far superior than what you've chosen twice now on the bounce. You've got the Black Series Rancor. That was a terrible idea in my opinion, and I also think that this was a terrible idea. Now going back on the Black Series Rancor for a moment, I fully believe that Hasbro intended on releasing that as a Haslab. They put a lot of research and development into that item, and for them to then reuse it later on down the line as Boba Fett's Rancor with some slight paint adjustments and maybe in some sort of box. I wouldn't be surprised to see it coming later down the line anyway as some sort of exclusive, or maybe as a wide release, because I think a lot of people, myself included, felt that the Rancor was a very strange item to pick as a Haslab, and therefore that item failed because first of all it wasn't a great item to go with, but also some of the suggestions of tiers that they had for fans just wasn't resonating with people, and they were right then in my opinion not to back it, and that actually lost backers as that campaign went on. Now since then, since that failure, Hasbro haven't talked about it, nor has Hasbro reshuffled that team. And as I've said beforehand, I don't want to call for the loss of jobs for anybody within the brand. I just think that the people that are involved with Star Wars, particularly at Hasbro, don't know what they're doing. And I think they are people that do not love the brand. You hear them calling it the entertainment and the product, and that is very much so corporate speak. And when that happens, fans are turned off. At the very least, the likes of the Marvel Legends team, they seem to be fans. The same with the Transformers team, the same with the G.I. Joe team, and certainly as well the Power Rangers team pretend to be fans in my opinion, but at the very least you get a good vibe from these people that they seem to be interested. The Star Wars team, it feels like anytime you see a stream with these people that they're kind of like, oh, I have to go in and do this now, I'm not really interested in this, nor do I care what's going on, here we go, here's another stream, you know what I mean? It's very weird energy that's coming from the people that are leading the Star Wars brand. But again, like I said, this is a company that has held on to this license in Star Wars. Speculatively, I'm going to speculate here, I think it's got a lot to do with the company wanting to hold on to the Marvel license, particularly because Disney are involved with Marvel and Star Wars. So it would be kind of weird if one of their flagship items wasn't with the same company. And I think a lot of people have pointed out that Star Wars isn't as popular as it has been in the past. You see the likes of the sequel trilogy stuff going on clearance, you're seeing even current stuff going on clearance. And the interest in Star Wars, in my opinion, is at an all-time low. And this is a real proving of that point, which is you've introduced a brand new character that was supposed to be likeable, that was supposed to be something that fans would be interested in, but you completely missed the mark because you're not listening to fans. You put a character into a story that shouldn't have been there in the first place, and then not only that, then you decided to come out and insult fans. That was never going to end well. And it's no surprise, and this is just another beautiful chef's kiss end to another campaign from the Star Wars team, from Disney, from Lucasfilm, to show them that fans ultimately hold the power, and if they don't treat fans correctly and they don't give fans what they want, they're not going to go anywhere with it. You're just at the scene, the G.I. Joe Haslab item, smoke this item. Very simple stuff. So here you got 1,413 backers. And this is a character, by the way, in Reva that Disney and Lucasfilm are talking about giving her own spin-off TV series. The only reason why people actually viewed the character was because she was shoved into the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Very clear. Limit of 5 per customer as well too was given to this item, and still they couldn't get the 5,000. That's absolutely mind-boggling stuff, isn't it? Well, not if you're actually in our sphere and you see what's going on. Star Wars here, blue check mark, 6 million followers. They put out this item here as well on their Twitter page. Learn how Hasbro's Haslab aims to bring Reva's lightsaber from Obi-Wan Kenobi to our galaxy. What happened with this? It got 4,000 likes. So it got 4,000 likes, but didn't get 4,000 backers. So this goes to add to the point that a lot of people like myself and other people that are out there are saying, which is the likes that you're having on Twitter there and the engagements that you're having from people saying, yes, this is great, we can't wait for more representation. It's not transferring into sales. And the reason why is because, first of all, you're writing characters that are poorly written, they are shallow, and they are all supposed to gain the attention and emotion of people really quickly to cash in for a quick buck. But when you're giving someone something that they have to wait for nearly a year on, I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested in that. And ultimately, it's the likes of me and the other people that are in community saying, hey, hang on, this latest material is not good enough, that actually have the money. Not the people on Twitter hitting like there, giving you 4,000 likes. This is a very clear and obvious point here, which is if you had have aimed towards fans like me for this TV series, and indeed if you had have aimed for fans like me with your Haslab project, people like me would probably back it. But you decided not to do that. You decided to go with a character that you set out to be divisive with the way you inserted her into the story. And then with all of the commentary that you made surrounding the character and surrounding the TV series, instead of owning up to the fact that it wasn't a good TV series, you decided to throw the character and indeed the actress in Moses Ingram under the bus. And now here's another example of what happens when you decide to do that. When you decide to insult fans, when you decide to insert characters that shouldn't be there, and then ultimately think then that you're going to disengage with fans like Hasbro did, which was turn off the comments, and think that people are going to back your stuff. That's over. Now, on the other side, you've got Eric D. July, who's Young Ripper on YouTube, has created the Rippaverse. He has $950,000 already invested into the Rippaverse in a day. That's a guy that's independent, that does his bit on YouTube, does some great talking points he has with the likes of comic books and various different types of things in entertainment, and he's absolutely romping home with that. And he's everything that these people purport to support, but they don't. So fair play to Eric D. July. It's great to see him earning nearly $1 million now in a day. And then you see this here where they're telling you you're all sorts of things if you don't support Moses Ingram and if you don't support Reva. Yet then the likes of me then is happy to say, well done Ripper, great stuff. And I hope he keeps going. I hope he gets past 1 million. I hope he gets past 2 million. That's the way I'm at it now. And it really goes to show then how many people are interested in good storytelling, characters that people are invested in, and people that are running these companies that have the fans in mind, but also good stories in mind. It's as simple as that. And here you go. Yet again, another fave from the Hasbro team. I think it'd be interesting to see where they go from here. Will they reshuffle the Hasbro team, the Star Wars team, or will they just continue on and do what they're doing here? I would speculate that they're probably going to continue on doing what they're doing here, and maybe if they make some changes, they might make some changes subtly. You've got John Warden that's in the company of Hasbro, who I've talked about before. He was a very keen interest in Transformers. He was recently moved over to Power Rangers and, from what I understand, into Ghostbusters as well, because obviously there was a lull in Ghostbusters product because of the film being delayed. I would speculate now and I would say that there's probably a very high likelihood that himself or Lenny could be moved across to the Star Wars team pretty soon. It seems like John Warden seems to be the guy at Hasbro that they go to try and fix things and try and get it back up and running. It could also be a promotion for someone in the Marvel Legends team. If there was someone that was there that was seriously interested in Star Wars, they could be moved across. But ultimately, I think it's like this. I think if you're at Hasbro, I think if you're an employee there and you see the current trend with the way the TV series and the movies are going, and you're seeing the likes of Kathleen Kennedy still at Disney and Lucasfilm, and you're seeing Dave Filoni still at Disney and Lucasfilm, I'm sure you're eyeing up what's going on there and saying, but this isn't going to change anytime soon. I'm better off sticking off where I am. And that's exactly the advice I would give, and the type of advice that I would take 100%. Because at the moment what you have here is a chalice not worth drinking from, is what I would say, in the Star Wars brand. It's sad to see, particularly as a Star Wars fan, But now at this stage of the game, I think a lot of people are happy to point and laugh and say, what an absolute mess. And what a train wreck this brand has become, because it wanted to insert things that were just totally unnecessary into this brand and then appeal to people ultimately that do not support the brand nor the merchandise. That's where it goes from there. So there you go. Gonna leave that video there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Talk to you later.